Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you, and today I want to introduce you to my new scalping strategy using my ultimate trend trading system. Okay, with this scalping strategy, we're going to be using a 1-minute chart. Okay, and we will not be using the histogram on the bottom. Okay, simply because it repaints too much on a 1-minute chart. If you go to like a 1 hour, 4 hour chart, that's fine, and it will give you a very good idea of what the trend is. But on a smaller time frame like this, number one, it repaints too much, and two, it is not very accurate. Alright, as you can see right here, we had a blue histogram and it was kind of in a range of market, but it has a slight uptrend, and then we have a red histogram with an uptrend. Alright, when this price is going up and up. So this histogram is pretty much useless on the 1-minute chart, and if you want, you can just right click and just delete this indicator. Alright, now what I like to do is very simple, trade from arrow to arrow. Alright, and when you get a particular arrow, for example, you get this green arrow here. Alright, I'm just going to pick this one, and what I like to do is wait until I have two Heiken Ashi candles that correspond with that arrow. Okay, so this is an up arrow. I'm going to wait till I got two solid blue Heiken Ashi candles before I place a trade. Okay, now you see right here we had one blue and then a red and then another blue. So when I get the second blue, that's when I want to place a trade. Alright, sometimes you'll get like that. You'll get a blue and then a red, and it will trick you. So you want to wait until you got two blue Heiken Ashi candles and then place your trade. Alright, and then you can close it when you get the opposite, or if you want, as an option, you can just get 10-20 pips and be done. Alright, if you get some profit and be done, if you're using, like, for example, like a 1.0 lot size, then that's $10-20 every time. Alright, and you get another, if you look at this, you get another signal every 10-15 minutes. Alright, so maybe even every 20 minutes. So with that said, even if you say 3 trades an hour and you get 20 pips every trade, that's 20 times 3 is 60. Alright, $60 you could potentially have every hour. Alright, and if you're trading from arrow to arrow, you're gonna get a lot more than that. Alright, that's kind of like a minimum. Alright, I've been able to get as much as $250 in 1 hour doing this strategy. Okay, so just to kind of give you an idea. Now when it comes to lot size, you need to use a reasonable lot size. You can use whatever lot size you want, but if you only have, for example, $100 in your account, don't be stupid and use a 1.0 lot size, because anything can happen. Okay, and you could quickly blow your account. Alright, so I wouldn't use, if you have a small account balance, I would use like maybe a 0.10 lot size at the most. Alright, so just be careful with the lot size. Okay, don't go crazy. Alright, now with that said, what I like to do is when I'm placing a trade, I like to put one-click trading on, and all you have to do is just right-click anywhere in the chart and then click one-click trading here. And what it'll do is it'll allow you to buy or sell very quickly, and you can adjust your lot size right here. Alright, I got it on 0.10 for this demonstration, and so like I said, it's very simple. Alright, when you got a certain color arrow, for example here we got a up arrow, I'm waiting for another red arrow to form. Alright, it's going up a ways and it just started coming back down now, and I think it's going to go back up again, and it's probably going to go back up to this level, to the same level right here, and we're going to have what's called head and shoulders, and it'll form a new downtrend. That's what I'm thinking. So what I'm going to do right now at this point, I want to show you how this works. Okay, I want to show you this in action, and then I'm going to pause the video for right now. I'm going to wait for a red arrow to form, as you can see, and then once that forms, I'm going to go ahead and place a trade, show you, and then pause the video again, of course, and then I'll come back and wait for the next green arrow to form, close the trade, and show you how it's done. Okay, that way you can see this in action. and you can go out there and do this for yourself. Okay, it's very, very easy. But for right now, let me pause the video and come back to you in a couple minutes, and I'll show you when I place the next trade. Okay, see you in a few minutes. Okay, this has just shot up and formed a red arrow, as you see here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want to wait until I have 2 red Heiken Ashi candles. Okay, once I have the 2 red Heiken Ashi candles, I will place a sell trade, and then I will just wait for the next green arrow. Okay, and as you can see, we definitely have an uptrend forming. So I think you know, it's going to continue that trend. So it's probably going to come down probably in this area right here. If you look, if you draw a line, you know, right about here, you can see this you know, trend forming. I could actually draw a line. It's not necessary, but you know, I could like this right here. That's pretty good right there, because you got these points right here that line up. So this right here, I'm guessing it's going to come down somewhere close to this line. Alright, so let me pause the video real quick and wait for 2 red Heiken Ashi candles, and then I'll show you when I place the trade, and then I will show you when I close the trade. Okay, so give me 1 minute and I'll be right back. Okay, so when we had this first red candle come in, it formed another red arrow. When I said a candle, I meant arrow. We had this first red arrow, and then we had a second red arrow form, and then it shot up even further. Alright, it went back up to the same level of resistance. Alright, now we see it's starting to form 2 red Heiken Ashi candles. So I'm going to go ahead and place a sell trade. Click sell, and now I want to wait for this to drop and form a green arrow. Okay, and that's kind of what I had predicted that it would do. It first formed a red arrow here, and you know, it wasn't quite where I thought it would be, but then it just shot up even more. That's why I said wait until you have 2 corresponding Heiken Ashi candles with your arrow. Okay, so this is definitely a strong uptrend, and as you see, this indicator definitely repainted. It doesn't always repaint. Alright, you can see here all these other arrows are never repainted, but this particular time it did repaint. Alright, but now it's okay, because I waited until I had 2 red Heiken Ashi candles, and now I place a sell trade. Now it's going to profit. Now when you're looking at the profit here, you need to look at the gray chart right here. Alright, the gray line. This is your true profit after your commission. Alright, now the commission here says 68 cents, which is not bad. Alright, considering it's a 0.10 lot size. So it's going to take your total profit, but it's going to subtract that amount. So you know, you have to go at least 68 cents in the profit before you actually make any true profit. Alright, so right now I'm like almost a negative dollar, even though I'm break even. Okay, but I want to wait until this green arrow forms, and then I'm going to close this trade. Okay, so right now just let me pause the video, and then I'm going to come back to you in a couple minutes and show you when I close it. Okay, I'm back, and what has happened is it shot down a ways and then shot back up again, and it was just fighting right here. I was thinking it was going to come down and, you know, come towards this line, but it has shot up even more and formed another red arrow. But that's fine. So evidently this is a strong area of resistance. Okay, and what I also like to point out, we see another smaller trend right here, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to draw another trend line from this point up to here. Alright, well, these points right here pretty much all line up. So if you draw a horizontal line right across here, all right, where this is sitting right now, you see what's called a wedge pattern. All right, it's kind of like a triangle, and what's going to happen is this will get smaller and smaller right here. This will come down, and then eventually it's going to break out of this triangle, out of this pattern, and it's going to drop. And it's probably going to drop down to this level here, down to this trend line. Alright, that's what I predict, and that's probably 99% of the cases, okay, that when you have a pattern like this, it's forming a wedge, okay, and then eventually it's going to just drop. Alright, now we see this dropping right now. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it actually drops, you know, out of this wedge pattern. And then once it does, I'm going to wait for this green arrow and then close it. Okay. Let me pause this video and come back to you again. Okay. Well, if I can pause the video. Okay, now it has finally broken through. It came down, and I thought it was going to break through right here and then bounce back up again. Alright, but I see this wedge pattern getting smaller and smaller, so either it's going to form another red arrow or it's just going to break through. So in this case, it did not form a red arrow, but it finally broke through. Alright, once that happens, we have a new change in trend. Alright, so now we have a downtrend forming. And all I have to do now is wait until it forms a green arrow. And my guess is it's going to come down to somewhere around this trend line before bouncing back up again. Okay? And when it does, I will close and take my little bit of profit and go to the bank and cash out. Okay? I'm just joking. But I'm going to pause the video for right this moment and wait for this to form a green arrow, hopefully in the next couple minutes, and then show you that, and then I'll probably end the video at that point. Okay, hold on 1 minute. Okay, it has just formed a green arrow, which is not exactly what I wanted it to do, and I have my conspiracy theories. I think the broker did this intentional. But anyhow, okay, anyhow, I'm going to wait. Alright, I'm going to wait until there is a blue Heiken Ashi candle to see what happens. Because I think this is going to drop even more. Okay, I want to wait until this goes into profit, at least 20 pips or so. I get a few dollars out of this. Alright, I'm not going to close this trade and take a loss. Okay, I'm just not going to do that. So we will see. Alright, but let me pause the video and I'll come back again. Okay, okay, we see it dipping down into profit. So I'm going to go ahead and close this since I got a little bit of profit. That way, at least, you know, I made something. I don't know how much further it's going to drop. Like I said, it's probably going to drop down to this line. You can see this arrow here repainting like crazy because it's definitely coming to a downtrend. But I feel that it's going to stop when it hits this trend line. Okay, that would be a logical place for this to stop and go back up. When it goes back up, I'm going to place another buy trade and close it. It's probably going to go back up to this level again, is what I would guess at this point. You know, it's hard to tell the future exactly, but that is how you trade this. Like I said, it's not 100% perfect, but as long as you can get 10-20 pips every time, you're good. And just compound that every day. Grow your account every single day, and you'll be fine. Okay. Now, one thing I'd like to point out, I don't know if I forgot. I think I forgot to mention. Make sure you try to choose the lowest spread. Okay. And how you do that is just right-click over here in the Market Watch window, and make sure you check the box that says spread right here, and come over here and find the one that has the lowest amount. For most brokers, it's going to be Euro USD, and that's what I stick with when I'm scalping, because you're going to have the smallest spread and the smallest commission, all right, that your broker charges. And you probably would want to check with your broker to see the actual commission for each currency pair, and find the lowest, the lowest commission possible. Okay. See, now look at this. It's dropping even more. I probably should have held on to that, but it's okay. At least I get a little bit of profit, and I'm happy. Now I can wait for the next, the next blue Heiken Ashi candle to form, and then go from there. Okay, so that's, in a nutshell, that's how you trade this. Just go from arrow to arrow, follow the Heiken Ashi candles, and you'll be fine. Okay. If you want, you can, if you see a trend like this, only trade with the up arrows. That's not a bad idea. It's not 100% necessary, but it's not a bad idea as well. If you see a trend, if it's a flat ranging market, for example, if we come back here and we see a flat ranging market, you might as well just trade from arrow to arrow. Okay, so like I said, I'll let you trade this however you want exactly. You don't have to go from arrow to arrow, but just kind of adapt this and make it your own, if you will. So this is just a basic guideline. So I hope you enjoy this. Let me know how you trade, how you scalp, and if this video has helped you any, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. I don't care, but just contact me on Facebook, please, and let me know how you are applying this, how this is working for you, because this is definitely working for me, and I really love this strategy. The only problem, the only drawback to this is you have to spend a lot of time on the computer. Okay, so if you have free time and you can, sit down and do this, that's fine. You can trade on your phone as well. It's not a big deal. If you have like a remote desktop app, you can use this on your phone. A lot of times I will sit at Starbucks and do this from my cell phone. I'm not always at home on my computer, so I can go to the shopping mall or wherever and still live a normal life. Okay, but this is how you do this. Now I would, every time you place a trade, I would set a stopwatch. Okay, I would set a stopwatch for like 5 minutes and come back every 5 minutes and just double check this real quick to see what's going on. Alright, it can be a little nerve-wracking, but I would definitely got to keep an eye on this. Okay, you cannot just place a trade and let it go for several hours. Alright, then you're getting a swing trading, which is a totally different concept. Okay, so let me know if this helps you any, and feel free to reach out to me on Facebook with any questions or comments. Okay, thank you and have a wonderful day.